Welcome to another video of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Today we'll be reviewing Pulse of the Quasars. So it literally just released like today, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what's in the box. We also got a new bundle that features one for one, so we'll just be looking at this right now. It's kind of crazy. There's a lot of archetypes that can actually use this card because it only needs a level 1 to be summoned, and it's from the deck and you just discard one card and bring it out. Just like that. That's pretty easy. Now we're looking at the new box, Pulse of the Quasars. So what do you get in this box? Firstly, we get our first new Omni Negate monster, Shooting Quasar Dragon. This is kind of crazy. I mean, I think TG they have Omni Negate, I'm not sure, but this is a lot easier to summon than the other one, I believe. And it also has effect that floats into Shooting Star Dragon. This is really crazy for the game. Really excited for this card. Next, we have more Time Lord support. So Time Lord is being pretty good in the meta recently because most of their cards are basically in the game and basically at full power. So I would say right now they're in a good spot. They're basically rogue right now. I consider them rogue. They have pretty powerful effects. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Well, most of them. Not this card, but I do think they're pretty good right now. Not way too overpowered, but they're in a good spot. They can easily be countered too by Book of Moon, uh, Forbidden Chalice. Those two are definitely worth picking up in this meta right now. A lot of strong monsters are going to come in this game soon. Okay, next we have Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. This card is really, really strong because you can destroy as many special summon effect monsters and then inflict you 250 damage. That is pretty good unless they have a monster that can be destroyed by battle. I mean, destroyed by card effects. Then it kind of doesn't really work on them. But it's still a really good card. There's new support too. I think this is amazing for new box. Shooting Riser Dragon. This card is really, really strong. Basically, just foolish a monster. I definitely think this card is going to be used a lot because of the immediately synchro effect. Really good in junk decks. Okay, the Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend. Now this card is really, really interesting because like you basically destroy everything else on the field, but nothing else can attack. But it's like Dark Hole, I would say, but you just destroy everything. That's kind of crazy. If you can get this off, it's a little bit hard because you need two tuners and a non-tuner. But if you can get this effect off, that is crazy. Because you basically use one card, destroy everything, and it has decent amount of attack, 3,500. That is not a bad stat line. Okay, next we have Yazi, Evil Eye of the Yangtze. This card is, it's good card, but it's like many decks don't really utilize this card as good as Black Rose decks because they really don't really need to go in level 7s because level 7 is kind of awkward. You kind of need a level 5 tuner or you need a level 2 tuner or you do level 3, 4, but it's like really, really awkward compared to a level 8 synchro. But I still think it's really good for decks that like to make level 8, 7 synchros because basically replaces Samurai Destroyer. You get a free pop and you get a free summon. So I think this card is definitely not the greatest, but it's definitely underrated for sure. Because not a lot of people are gonna use this card instead of let's say Samurai Destroyer or Psyframe Lord Zeta. So yeah, I think it's not bad giving us a reprint of the Yazi. And we also have a lot of more other support for Time Lords. We're also getting a new archetype called Sofa Chords. So I really don't know what this archetype is about, but looks like they're mostly based on Pendulum summoning. And then we're just getting more Synchro support. So this box is pretty good for just Synchro decks in general. Get a big boost. Synchro Overtake, this card is really, really strong. It's a free special summon, and it basically extends your plays like crazy. If you have a bad hand, you just use Synchro Overtake. You have a non-tuner, make a Synchro. There you go. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy for junk decks, that's for sure. You're not gonna brick as much now because you have three junk Synchrons plus Synchro Overtakes plus tunings. Your deck is gonna be insane, I think, because you have shooting Quasar now and you have shooting Riser. Plus all the other Synchro archetypes and all the other Stardust, Dragon, everything else, Stardust Warrior, you have all of those already in the game. So it's gonna be really strong right now, I think. We'll have to see how the meta shifts, but I think synchro decks are gonna be pretty prevalent in the new meta. And we have more support just in spells and traps for Sofa cards. This is just for Archfiend decks. Probably for Red Dragon Archfiend. I'm not sure if Red Dragon Archfiend counts as an Archfiend card. We'll have to see. I'm not sure if they do, but if they don't, then this is probably support just for regular Archfiend, the Fiend monsters. And we have a little bit of Triamid. And yeah, it's not too crazy, but there is definitely a lot of good support for um, Synchrons in general. Because you also get Synchron Carry. This card is really, really nice. Basically, you get additional normal summon for a Synchron monster. Like, that's crazy already. Normal summon this plus Junk Synchron. Effect activates, bring back Junk Converter, and then you just explosive combos like crazy. Because this card is going to generate a level 2 token when it's on your field. That means you can make many explosive synchro plays. I am really excited for this box. But should you buy this box? Well, I don't know if you should buy this box, but if you like synchros, then yeah, this box is really, really nice. Get a ton of new support and you get a lot of variety. Like you can play Time Lords, you can play Soulful Chords, you can play Synchrons. There's like many options for you to choose. And then there's just few other cards that are just like they're alright. I mean, it's like Wavering Eyes. This card is alright. Most of the time, you're not gonna get a lot of value, but you can if you have two or more. Basically, add a Pendulum card from your main deck if you destroy them. And some decks they do like to destroy their cards. I can see this being pretty decent in Metal Foes, maybe, because they do like to destroy their own cards. But I'm still not sure how this card's gonna be used. But I can see this being a good counter to Pendulum decks, even though Pendulum decks basically lose to Mystical Space Typhoon, Cosmic Cyclone, and so on. But yeah, this card is definitely not going to be used a lot until there is more Pendulum support, or unless Soulful Chords are pretty meta relevant, then you'll see Wavering Eyes being a counter to Soulful Chord. But I don't think that's going to be the case. But yeah, everything looks pretty good. Nothing too crazy. Everything seems balanced from what I can see. And it's just a lot of reprints. It's pretty interesting. The most interesting part about this box would probably be the Red Dragon Archfiend card. I think it's this card. No, it might be a different card. Oh yeah, Red Rain. Yeah, this card looks really insane. Basically, if you control low A or higher synchro monster, banish all monsters on the field, except the monster with the highest attack, highest level. Also, the remaining face-up monsters on the field are unaffected by other card effects. That means you can't really chain lands to this, I think, if I'm reading this correctly, because they're unaffected by other card effects. And you banish all of them. That is really strong removal. And then, oh, it's until the end of the turn they're unaffected by other card effects, except their own. That's pretty crazy, even though it's until the end of the turn. That's basically like Dark Ruler no more, but a lot better. And then if a Dark Dragon type single monster is synchro summoned to your field while this card's in your graveyard, add this card to your hand. Okay, that is really, really good. I can see many people playing this card a lot. You banish everything, synchro summon, and then you get this back to your hand for the next turn play. If they manage to make a strong board, banish everything, and you're gonna be good for your game. You basically just OTK just like that. Yeah, this box is pretty decent from what I can see. Everything looks pretty balanced, doesn't look way too overpowered, and I think it's in a good spot right now. Synchro decks or synchro players are definitely happy about this one. And with that being said, if you liked the video, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.